What's up, everyone? We are back for another episode of Full Site Build. On today's episode, we're going to build out the Get Free Quote page. So let's go ahead and I'm going to show you guys how to do this in Etch. So I'm going to launch Etch. The nice thing is once we're in here, we don't have to leave super often. I'm going to create a new page and call it Get Quote. You can see my URL is going to be Get Quote, and if I highlight here, you can see that matches what we have down on the bottom left. And I'm going to hit Create Page. We're going to jump over to it. And I got to make sure I hit the right one. All right, so we are now on the Get Quote page. Very first thing I'm going to do is add in my basic hero. So we have our section here. We're going to call this, it is going to be an H1 Get Quote. And again, I'll just kind of use what we've had here just to make life a little bit easier. Again, I'll probably come back and swap these out later on with some better copy. I just want to get something in there for now. Okay. And my lead, I'm just going to leave. Oh, I could have swore I pasted that in. Try that once more. Apparently my keyboard shortcut is not working there. So we got that in. I'm going to hit save. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is, you watched the last video, I went over to my content, jumped back to my home page. I actually want to copy my quote section. I'm going to come over here and we're going to drop that in. Back on my Get Quote, and we're going to paste, put that in. I'm going to hit save. Back to my content hub, back to the home page. And again, at some point, we're going to be able to share different patterns easily from page to page without jumping back and forth and copying them. Another one I want to grab is going to be my service area. Back to the Get Quote. I'm going to paste. Put that in. I didn't want it inside that, so we'll just do that. Bring it to the bottom. And I think inside of our quote here, I'm actually going to take out the lead. And I think I'm happy with that for now. I will come back and change out that copy there as well. I'm going to hit save. And then lastly, on my home page, I know it's going to be redundant, because I want to use this part here, but we may end up redoing it. So let's just grab this, copy it back over, and we're going to paste this in. Okay. If I expand all of this out, we're already at this page, so I think I'll probably just take that out. I'm not going to need it here. We just want the phone number. We got that in there. We got our form. And in our footer, we have our address, our phone number, and everything. So I don't know that I'm gonna just re-add any of this info because it already exists in the footer on every single page. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Again, I'll come back and change copywriting on a lot of this at some point, but for the most part, just getting the structure. Again, because we built so much of it out, it's very simple to reuse this. Now, if I go to the front end and we click the get quote, we're back here. We're using that same form. I don't have to build a new one. It's already styled. We have all of our service areas. We have our phone number easily available, both up in the top, down here, multiple times. So this is a pretty simple page. I do like that we have the Google Business profile map on here. That's part of why I wanted to include this section. We included the phone number again down here. We have our form. Again, our main point of this page is getting them to fill out the form. So I want to put as little info between that. And I actually think I'm going to go back and on the quote section is I'm going to take out the header in there. I just want the form. Makes it very straightforward, and then if they want to go down, they can see some more of the info. Pretty straightforward on that page, and we can already see that, you know, depending on what page we're on, we can click that get quote and it takes us back to the page we need to get to. All right. One other thing I want to do, and I'll do that in this video right now, is I'm going to save here. I'm going to go back to my templates. Actually, I don't even need to go to my template. I need to go to my loop manager, and we're going to go to my footer nav, and I am going to copy my top one. I'm going to paste that in. And this one, I'm going to go all services. And I just want services. If we go back down here, that should fit in here still fine. Maybe on our contact side on the footer, I'll actually want to add in the service area link there. Okay, so we got that done because our service areas is not built into the nav like we did on that side. So let's go edit component, footer, inner, content wrapper. We want column 3 here. We have 3 items. And I'm going to duplicate this first one. My link, I'm going to go service areas. And I want to see how I actually titled that above. Oh, all right. So I'm going to go service areas and we should be good. Hit exit, hit save again, refresh. All right, we got all services, we got our service areas. Okay. Back to the page we built in the last video. We're good to go. Click on one of these, takes us to our actual specific service. So that'll be a page we have to build out as well, along with, as I said, the parent page, which I'm going to have to think a little bit about that, just giving some context. If I come into our content hub, or sorry, my template hub, I can create a single services. So once I get to that single services page, I can only make one template right now in order to do that, because I don't think it's going to give me the ability to add multiple, so it doesn't. So from here, I'll have to figure out using some conditional logic, I'm thinking, to determine if something is a parent or not. I'm going to have to really think through this one. I may even have to test before I show you guys how I end up working it. And that way I can ensure that this page is going to act differently than all of these others based on that. So I'll have to be a little bit more creative on that, and we'll figure out what's going to be the best option to make that work, just so you guys can see that example as we go. But that concludes this video. This one's a bit faster. Again, we don't need a lot of development time to build out this page, because we're reusing pretty much everything that's on it from previously. So it makes it very fast and easy to get this page up and running. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you haven't. Stick around for the rest of the series where we continue to build out this full site. All right, see y'all in the next video.